time to talk that shit.
It's We Believe Green, baby.
Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy Sean786. Let me get this camera right. What is good, my people? What is good? What's going on, people? What is going on, man? Listen, welcome to another TTMS special number 2. Yo, some of the shit. First of all, let me give a shout out to some of you guys. We got Robert, we got Cooper, we got Six Slayer, Reggie Lee. What's going on, homie? Hope you well. Doom Reaper, Apollo Cooper. What is good, my people, man? Toolman55. Hope you guys are doing well. Because, guys, you know what TTMS stands for. We're going to be talking that shit, player. Indeed, we're going to be talking that shit. Let me get this shit right. What is good, my people, man? Hope you guys have been well. Ben X Smoker, what's going on, G? What's good? You know, the amount of new Bugsy2180 goes, what's up, Sean? Talk that shit. Definitely be talking that shit. And you guys in the chat, you make sure you talk that shit as well. Now, guys, listen. The amount of shit that's been happening and still happening, it's crazy to see this shit happening. I'll be honest with you. Listen, guys. We got Jim out here. We knew he was a snitch. When it came to the CMA and the FTC. But now we just found out he's a fucking rat. A fucking rat. And what makes it worse, that he got Google to rat on Microsoft. Reggie Lee, we're going to be talking about that shit. Don't worry about it, player. We're going to be talking about that shit. He's a fucking rat. And he got Google to be a rat as well. Some of the shit when it comes to the ABK deal. We know Google is fucking salty. They blame Microsoft because of their failures. Because Stadia went underground. Got buried. They blame Microsoft because Microsoft was committed to gaming. Pentiment. What's going on, my G? Microsoft was committed to gaming. PlayStation Stars is pure dog shit. And what makes it interesting is that with the PlayStation Stars, say you bought, let's just say this for example, guys. Well, yeah, Raiden Blade, Phil Harris, but Google's got the bigger name. Who the fuck knows Phil Harris? Only us guys know who Phil Harris is. Let's be honest in that. But we're going to run with Google. What's going on, Chargasm, Raiden Blade, Kendrick Star, Deploy 619, Doom Guy. Now, before we get into the rats, let's talk about this PlayStation Stars quickly. It's launching in North America and it's coming to Europe next week. It's coming to Europe. Let's say you bought Horizon Forbidden West for $70. You bought what? GT7, that dog shit game. Looks like it runs on an Apple device for $70. Then you got The Last of Us remake, rebleach for $70. Now this service is launching today in North America. I believe it's today. None of them purchase. What you purchased in games previously do not count to that. It does not add to that level 4 tier. You have to, as soon as it launches, that's when it counts. You paid $180 for your first party games. And none of that counts because this service is launching right now. Will you take a look at that shit? Slime balls, scumbags, Drone TJ with the $5. Hey, what's up, Sean? You POS? Sony is desperate and greedy. Your drone. I think it's worse than that, play. You 100% desperate, greedy. It's worse than that, play. Light and Manny, what's going on, play? Hope you well. Yeah, Reggie Lee. It's weird 'cause Reggie Lee, Reggie Lee. This is what I'm talking about, player. You still at level 1. Them games do not count towards that service right now. Imagine capping, buying all of your first party games. You out here capping for that PlayStation stars. You get customer support, even though we know that PlayStation is dog shit when it comes to customer support. But you get level 4, you get priority in that. Now you bought all of them games, $180 when it comes to the first party games. None of that counts to the PlayStation stars right now. Imagine that shit. Just imagine that shit. Imagine that was on the Xbox side. Imagine we put customer support service behind a fucking tier. Imagine that shit said, listen, Hector the Macho Man, Tool Man, Light and Money, listen, bro. If you want good customer service, if you want priority in that, you make sure you spend $280 to get to level 4. Imagine Microsoft did that shit. Imagine Xbox came out and did that shit. The media, the people, the fanboys will annihilate them. We know this is a fact. Hit that like button, guys, as well. We know that's a fact if that happened. Now, guys, some of you might be surprised. Reggie Lee was surprised that he's still at level 1 when it comes to PlayStation stars. Reggie, as of right now, this is when it counts. If you acquired Horizon, GT7, Last of Us Rebleach, or any other games prior to this launching, it does not count, player. So good luck with that. Good luck to you pieces of shits. Now, guys, talking about rats, I'm gonna put up a picture. No cap. I'm telling you, this is what he reminds me of. This Jim Ryan, Straggly Rock. What's going on, killer? Hope you well. Let me share my screen. Jim Ryan is starring in the new Turtle movie. He is Master Jim. He's a Splinter. He's Master Splinter, Jim Ryan. Master Jim Splinter Ryan. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. He's a rat. Who knew he was the master? He is the ultimate rat. The Griggity with the 5. What's going on, my brother? He goes, what's up, my brother? Hector called you a Pakistani Buzz Lightyear. Keep talking that shit. Hector, kiss my ass, player. But shout out to you, player. That was funny, though. Now, getting back to this. If I known this, if I knew this is a leak, this is leaked. This is internal documents and that. This is the internal documents from Jim Ryan's email. This is his profile pic on Tinder. He's a fucking rat. Master Splinter, Master Jim Splinter. This is the type of shit I'm talking about. This guy, his level of ratting is next level. He's got that mind trick, that Jedi mind trick. He's got that power to convince Phil Harris from Google Stadia to be a rat as well. I knew it. We know these ponies out here like bitches. They're like mices. They ain't shit. You see them little motherfuckers running around like rats? That's all they are. They ain't nothing, these ponies. But who would have known their leader was the ultimate? This is level 4 shit. When you talk about PlayStation 4, PlayStation Stars level 4, this is level 4 of rats. He is the highest tier. You know when you fight an enemy, a boss, this is the ultimate ratting. Straight up. Hector the Macho Man with the 2. Ponies on Sony's do not answer list. 100% player. This is next level. Next level shit. Now let me share my other screen. Let me go back to this. Let me stop sharing my screen. Guys, this is what I'm talking about. This guy's the ultimate rat. If I knew that before, if you guys knew that before, we would have known when it came to the ABK deal. He would have convinced Phil Harris from Google Stadia to be a rat as well. When it came to the Brazil documents, Google had nothing to say. Phil Harris had jack shit to say. Enzo, what's going on, my homie? One Trick Pony, Jagaya J, UK lad. What is good, G? They had nothing to say. Rain G4, what's going on, homie? Hit that like button. Nothing to say when it came to the Brazil documents. We've seen them documents, them leaked documents, or if they're public documents, who knows? Jack shit to say. But as of last week, we found out that Google Stadia is shutting down next year. And it's sad, because that one fan will be crying and devastated that Google Stadia is shutting down next year. Bunty, what go on, killer? He got Phil Harris ratting. I thought it was bad enough. When Jim Ryan was crying, talking about we can't compete against Call of Duty. None of our studios can compete or rival against a game like Call of Duty. We were calling him a snitch. That's what we were calling him then, a snitch. This guy's a snitch, man. Snitching on the ABK deal to Brazil. Only to find out that this guy's a fucking ultimate rat. He has powers. He has powers to make someone like Phil Harris from Google Stadia, who never had a problem prior to the ABK deal when it comes to Brazil. Never had a problem with that shit. But all of a sudden, when it comes to Brussels, in Belgium, in Europe, somehow, somewhere, Jim the Rat Ryan, Jim Master Splinter Ryan, convinced, maybe some hypnotist, I don't know what the fuck is it. Let's be honest now. When it comes to Phil Harris, he's on that bandwagon. Yo, when it comes to the ABK deal, this is dangerous. This is dangerous. This is not looking good. This could hurt the gaming industry. That's the type of shit I'm talking about. Let me pull up my shit here now. 1 second, guys. Where's this shit? Here we go. Let me share my screen. Yo, shout out to the 70 plus people here. Xbox zoom in. There's more about this. For your information, Drone TJ with a 5. I wish there was no regulators, then Maxa would buy Sony and fire Jim Ryan. Talk that shit, Drone TJ. Talk that shit. I would have got his punk ass out of there. You know, when it comes to Sony, we need to go out there and put them rat traps out there. Some rat poison. We need to weasel them out. Listen now, player. Skeletal, what's going on, G? What's going on, man? Hope you well. FYI, Jim Ryan met with the European Commission on September the 8th at his headquarters in Brussels. That's in Belgium, guys. If you don't know, that's in Belgium. And on top of that, what made it worse, this is what I'm talking about. We know Jim Ryan was full of shit. We know Jim Ryan was a snitch. We knew he was we found out he was a fucking rat, the ultimate rat. Somehow he got Phil Harris and Google Stadia. They had this to say as well. Google has also said they have worries about the transaction and has voiced their concerns to the regulators. Will he take a look at this shit? One Trick Pony's got powers. The mind tricks, the rat tricks. You know these rats are powerful. Very powerful fucking creatures. Somehow got Phil Harris on board as well to grass him. Prior to this, jack shit when it came to the Brazil. As soon as Google Stadia went, well, listen, let's keep it fucking real. I got a special drink for fucking Google Stadia. Look at this shit here. This is for Google Stadia and for that one fan as well. Shout out to that one fan who believed that Stadia was the future. You stupid motherfuckers. You ain't shit. Now listen to me, player. Getting back to this shit. Jim Ryan ratting to in Brussels, in Belgium. Phil Harrison. Let's not even talk about that dude. Every time he's been at a launch of a console or been part of some gaming console or some gaming company, they all is fucked up. Let's not get into Phil Harrison that. But all of a sudden, yeah, that's Rain G4. Them are pony tears. These are pony tears in these. Pure shit. Pure shit. Let me get this up there. Sorry. This is pure stuff there. Pony tears and that. We're going to talk about pony tears and that. And ponies blocking people. Doom guy, talk that shit. Yo, what's going on, Constantino, Pascal? What's good, my G? Let me show is my camera right? Let me bring it back down. There we go. Now, talking about this, what are they concerned about? Microsoft got their back covers. Microsoft put well, they did a website talking about they still be third place. Sony and Nintendo will still be dominating the gaming space even after the Activision deal. But these dudes out here crying. You talking about $1 trillion companies? I know. Well, we know Sony ain't shit. Sony's broke. Let's keep it a buck. That's what they're crying for. But when it comes to fucking Google, they blamed Xbox. Blamed Xbox. Like my boy, my homie Dirt says, imagine thinking Xbox is dead and Google Stadia is the future. Imagine that shit, Dirt. Imagine I said that shit to you in late 2019, 2020. Imagine that shit. Imagine that one person. Imagine someone said that to you, player. Imagine that. Shout out to that one person, by the way. Imam 2537, what's going on, player? Talk that shit. Now let me stop sharing my screen. These are rats I'm talking about. And it's next level, this shit. This shit is next level now. I'm getting pissed off with this shit. Absolutely getting pissed off with this shit. When Satya Nadella came out and said, let's talk that shit. Let's go toe to toe. Put your fucking hands up. If you want to compete, if you want to fight, let's go. Let's go. Let's go a few rounds. Get in the fucking ring. Get into the cage. Let's go, baby. But these guys are pussies, straight up. Straight up soft motherfucking pussies. I've never ever seen these dudes. Listen, guys. Let me move this shit 1 second. Let me move this shit. Listen, guys. I've never ever seen a bunch of soft motherfuckers straight up. Straight up. A bunch of soft motherfuckers. Let me get my camera right. Sorry, guys. I think I fucked it up. The level of these dudes. I'm going to give a shout out to you guys, first of all. Shout out to my Xbox brothers and sisters. Been talking that shit from Xbox One generation. You know, when it comes to getting an ass whooped in the Xbox One gen, let me tell you something. You guys, you had the heart. You stuck by it. You went through all that shit. Look at us right now, guys. These dudes are getting a slap. They're getting a bitch slap and they're crying like bitches when it comes to the president's senators. Let's talk about that. Jim Ryan, shout out to Jim Ryan is the boss in the Plague's Tale. He is the final boss in the Plague's Tale Requiem. Exclusive, leaked on TTS and the TTMS. Rain G4 with a 5. Jim Ryan tried to audition for Master Splinter in TMT, but was turned down because they found out he was an actual rat. He thought it was a documentary. Oh shit! Talk that shit! And what was it Rain G4's talking about? He's talking about this here. Let me put this picture back up before we start talking that shit. He's talking about this. They actually found out that when he went to audition for TMT, he was a fucking rat. An actual rat. Take a look at this shit. This dirty, smelly bastard in the sewers. Now, like I said to these motherfuckers, don't let me catch you working them street corners. Go back into them sewers. Do you remember I was saying that shit? You're dirt. UK lad. My brothers in the chat and sisters. Do you remember when I said, if I ever see these punk ass bitches working them street corners, what did I say? You make sure you go back into them sewers. Only to find out that this guy's an actual rat. I fucking knew there was something fishy about this piece of shit. I knew it. I fucking knew it. There's something fishy about this dude. Who would have known when I was saying all that shit? Make sure you hide in them sewers. This guy actually comes from the sewers. Actually comes from the sewers, the smelly bastard. Piece of shit. Now, what was I talking about the Xbox guys? From the Xbox One gen, when we were taking beatings, I gotta give it, us guys, we here. We took it. Next gen, current gen we in right now. Right here, right now. We still going toe to toe with these motherfuckers. Even though these dudes have dropped AAA games, we haven't dropped a AAA game, a brand new AAA game. We're still fucking them up on that. They're not built like us. These guys were spoon fed with a golden spoon. Us guys were having cereal with water, whilst these guys was having cereal with fucking filtered milk. That's the difference between us. That is the difference between us and them. That's how soft these dudes are. And these dudes are here ratting. You got the top tier guys ratting. I've never ever seen someone like Jim Brown. I've never seen a CEO cry like a bitch and out there ratting and getting other people, like begging other people to join him on this blocking the Activision deal. Never ever seen this shit in my life. Have you seen this shit before, guys? Who would have known that this generation, less than 2 years in, would have been brutal? Would have been hilarious to see these ponies cry like bitches. Blocking people for fun when they had a field day when it came to last gen, when it came to the PlayStation 4 generation. Had a field day with that shit. Look at these motherfuckers now. We would have thought like this. You know when you get that one kid, be's a bully, messing about with that one dude, and all of a sudden that the person is getting bullied, lands one straight back in his face and fucks him up. And then we knew the bully was a soft motherfucker. Doesn't want to fight back when he gets slapped back. Now, guys, talking about soft motherfuckers. Take a look at this shit. And this guy, he's been the favorite for the past week or two. He's been the POS of the week. He's been on Twitter, you name it. Now, talking about this, my brother Post Up. My homie, first of all, shout out to Post Up on that. Make sure you follow me on YouTube, because at least the homie in that. This dude's got me blocked as well. He's got me blocked. He blocked me last year, I believe. It was last year he blocked me. Now, all of a sudden, he has blocked my homie, the boy, Post Up. Bro, all of these years you blocked me over a Call of Duty tweet. This dude has blocked him because he called him out over the Call of Duty tweets. He's seen them tweets about Call of Duty refund, talking to a rep. We knew exactly what was that conversation about. We talked about it on TTS. This dude has blocked Post Up. He's blocked me. Next up, are you still in the chat? Apparently, he has blocked Tim Dog as well. He has blocked Tim Dog. This is the shit I'm talking about. These dudes are having a field day talking that shit a few years ago. Look at these bitches now. Look at them. Blocking people. And they know this dude. Even I've been on a podcast I think I've been on a podcast once or twice with Jay Body. Took the piss out of him, but do you know what I mean? These dudes can't take it anymore. They can't take this shit. Blocking people because of Call of Duty tweet. Is it our fault? Whose fault is it? If we are here defending a corporation, capping for your platform on a different level, putting tweets out about Call of Duty is dead to me because Xbox owns it now. Once Xbox owns Call of Duty, it's dead to me. If you put in dumbass tweets like that, people are gonna go after you. People are gonna screenshot that shit. Yeah, shaken to the core. Google, Maurice Branch, what's going on, killer? Super duper, what's good? This is the console war. You are here. If you're on Twitter, guys, I've told you many times. If you're on Twitter is where the battles happen. Twitter is where some stupid shit happens. Sometimes it gets personal, which I don't like. I don't like it when they go after the wives or kids, and I don't like that shit. I do not like that shit. I don't play that shit. I go after the person only. When someone puts a dumb tweet out, I'll go after them, take the piss out of them. When someone's saying some stupid shit and there's proof that they said it, I'm not making shit up, I'll go take the piss out of them. These dudes are wildin'. Now, let me stop sharing my screen for a second. What's going on, guys? Man, we got over 80 plus people here. Hit that like button, guys. Share this out. Let me see what we got some. I got some else for you guys as well. I got one more thing for you guys as well. And all of a sudden, for some reason, it's the same fucking guy again. Same guy again. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. We're going to talk about this Hermen Hulst shit. We'll talk about this shit. We'll talk about it. I wanted to talk about it on TTS, but I might talk about it a bit as well. As a PlayStation fan, How do you feel about Hermen Hulst interview? These dudes, straight away, shout out to J-Rock because they all sound defeated. Facts, bro. Top notch. What's going on, Killer? Play to large. What's going on, G? Hope you well. Shizno, what's good, G? These dudes are holding spaces. I warned my homies. I remember when my homies like Dirt, Sue, and these guys when they were talking, yo, these spaces are lit. We should get onto that shit. I ain't playing that shit. I go, these spaces are for fucking weirdos. These dudes are capping, wilding, doing some stupid shit. I go, these spaces are dangerous. I go, any Tom, Dick, and Harry can join. When it comes to YouTube, obviously we can control that shit. When someone comes in the chat, I know you can do the same, but when it comes to YouTube, I can control that shit on my channel. Dirt can control that shit. Guys, my mods in the chat, take people out. When ponies are coming and talking that shit, we can take them out. That's the difference, but these spaces are weird. I'm telling you, man, I've never been for it. When it comes to these spaces on Twitter, never been into that shit. Straight up, you can ask Dirt on this as well. Dirt knows this shit. They were like, decided maybe, yeah, maybe. Nah, fuck that shit. I ain't doing that shit. Spaces? Really? I'd rather do the shit on YouTube or some shit than do it on Spaces with these other fuckers. You can get ponies, all kind of ponies coming in trying to talk that shit. Fuck out of here. I ain't playing that shit. Motherfuckers. Soft motherfuckers. That's all they are, boys. What's going on, dude, man? Hope you well. And do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? I'm not surprised they're crying. I'm not surprised they're crying over that interview with Hermen Hulst and that. Because when these dudes were capping for next generation, we believe in generation. PlayStation knows how to do it. Jim Ryan knows how to do it. He knows how to transition the people. He's doing it right. Unlike Xbox, unlike Phil Spencer, Matt Booty. We're going to support it for 1 to 2 years. We're going to support the Xbox One gen up to 1 to 2 years. Annihilated them. Now all of a sudden, these dudes are coming out talking about what? PlayStation 4? We might take it even further. It'll be a case by case when it comes to some of the games. Just imagine a game like Spider-Man becomes cross-gen. Excuse me, sorry. A game like Spider-Man 2 becomes cross-gen. We talked about a day and date shit. How many times did we tell these motherfuckers? I'm getting tired of this shit. And I love it. At the same time, I love it. But these dudes keep moving the goalpost. Every fucking day they keep moving the goalpost. Now, here's an interview that what they're talking about, guys. I'm going to play this interview. Let me share my screen. Here we go. This is the interview confirming with Hermen that talking about live services and all that shit, and obviously what they're going to do with the PlayStation 5 games in the future. Here we go, guys.
There are more players, and that's really helpful. I think going forward, we'll see at least a year between releases on our own platform, on PlayStation, and on the PC platform, possibly with the exception of live service games. Live service games are a little bit different in nature, because you want to have really strong community, strong engagement right away, right when you go live. So we might, in the case of our live service offerings, go day and date with PC and the PlayStation platform. There are more players, and that's really helpful. I think going forward, we'll see at least.
That's the shit I'm talking about, guys. That's the shit I'm talking about. Talking about a single. Now, guys, remember this? The whole slate. Now, he talked about the single player games. Oh! Motherfucker. You remember that shit? He talked about the single player games. Basically, the single player games are timed exclusive now. I remember when these motherfucker dog shit podcasters talk about PlayStation does it right. 2 to 3 years, they're all games. Now that shit's down to 1 year. It's gonna get even closer over time. Basically, what Herman is saying here, every PlayStation game that's coming out right now are timed exclusive on the PlayStation 5. Will you take a look at that shit, guys? Now, time exclusive. When it comes to the live service games, we fucking knew that's gonna be day one. It makes sense. They're trying to fucking make money because they're a bunch of rats. They got no money left. Broke bitches. But when it comes to the single player games, Gungrave's going to Game Pass, dope shit. When it comes to the single player games, I expect them to be a year before they go hit the PC platform. That's the type of shit I'm talking about. This is what I fucking love. Over them years when I was talking that shit, you guys were talking that shit. It's gonna happen one day. Be ready. Sony's a bit slower on their side, but when the time comes, once they catch up, once Nexus catches up to their previous library, you know for a fact, when it comes to the brand new games, they'll be ready to drop them bitches in PC. You're talking about 1 year right now, and I know you cappers gonna be, yeah, that's the way to do it. What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen when? Let me move this. Sorry, guys, because I got a super chat here. What's gonna happen when that shit goes down to 6 months? Brother Modox with a $5. Shout out to you, bro. TTS. Shout out to Nick Gaz for gifting me a. Oh shit! So you can shout out to Nick Gaz for gifting me an Xbox Series S while I recover from this. What is it? Wasp infection? Warp infection? Hopefully, Carl will stop lying about John. Hopefully, Carl will stop lying about John. Who's Carl? I'm thinking, who's Carl? Sorry about that. You got me lost a bit. But take your time. Take your time on that. Make sure you recover good and be safe on that. Just make sure you get some good rest. But shout out to Nick and that for giving you a Series S. That Series S is a nice console. Even that 4090 card is the size of that bitch. That's a big bitch, man. Like when it comes to that 4090 card, the size of a Series S. That's how big is it? But shout out to Brad. Brad, take it easy, be safe. Recovery is the biggest key in that. Take it easy, man. But shout out to Nick and that for giving Series S, man. That's dope and that. That's a dope console as well. Now getting back to these pieces of shit. Let me pull up this now. 1 second, guys. Where's this shit? I want to talk about this now. I'm gonna put this picture up here, and in time, Xbox zoom in. I just want to talk about what was in that interview. Break it down a bit more. Even though I've been talking about it, I'm just gonna break it down a bit. Live service games will come from newly acquired teams and Sony's internal teams too. You hear that shit? Live service game will come from Sony's internal teams too. When I talked about Naughty Dog, Sony Bend, all of them dog shit studios, they will be making a live service games. Or some sort, they'll make a single player game with a multiplayer tacked on. And Sony's internal teams too, they're going to be making that shit. Tables have turned. The tables are turning, play. Microsoft's been doing that shit from day one. Making single player with multiplayer shit. Profitability 90, what's going on, Maggie? Hope you well. They've been doing that shit. Now all of a sudden, this is smart. This is the way to do it. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Xbox has been doing this shit. We've been doing this for a minute. You guys are gonna struggle, trust me on this. Now, guys, listen. Not all of them will use original IPs. Single player titles still the most profitable ones. No shit. When it comes to the single player titles, it's the most profits. Why will it be the? Of course, it's the most profit because they don't have a multiplayer game. Name one fucking multiplayer game on the fucking PlayStation. Name one. Of course, the single player is the fucking most. It makes the most profits. What kind of stupid shit's that? Imagine now having a fucking single multiplayer game. Yeah, single player makes the most profits. No shit, Sherlock. No shit. You don't have a fucking multiplayer game. You don't have a live service game. None of your Sony studios have a fucking live service game. It makes fucking sense, doesn't it? That your single player games makes the most profit because you got no fucking multiplayer games. You hear this shit? That's some of the dumbest shit I've heard. That's some of the dumbest shit. And you know what? These fucking ponies gonna be running with that shit. See? The single player makes the most profits. Of course it fucking makes the most profits. Of course it does. Because that's the only thing they got. Are you fucking stupid or something? If they had a multiplayer game, if they had a game like fucking Gears or Halo or even like Fortnite or some shit, you think the single player is gonna be making the most profits? Is it fucks? Is it fucks? And they talk about was it more cross-gen titles could come case by case. Now let's talk about these cross-gen titles. These motherfuckers, these rat bags, these smelly, stinky bitches told us we believe in generation. We don't buy a PS5 to play all what? All fucking games? Now these motherfuckers are capping? Nah, it makes sense. Sony is smart. This is business. You know, you can't leave them 120 million people behind. But when Xbox said they're gonna support it for 1 to 2 years, you motherfuckers went at the neck. And I remember you media as well. Some of you media motherfuckers are talking that shit. You went after Xbox. Somebody, shout out to somebody woke a sleeping unicorn. Shout out to you, Shane Tomlin, for the with the £2. They said about a year. Not that means 1 week. Talk that shit, player. Talk that shit. Let me hide my screen. Now, guys, listen. Motherfuckers said cross-gen titles could come case by case. Imagine that shit. Just imagine that shit now. 2020, these motherfuckers were all excited. All excited. Like, Dirt sent me something. I know he sent me something what I needed as well. That's what I love. This is what I love about Dirt. Dirt is the book of what? The book of Bible. Now, some of you guys must be thinking, look at this shit, guys. Listen. One minute. When I said the media, when I said these motherfuckers went after Microsoft, robbing players of cross-gen approach. Look, the Xbox Series X cross-gen approaches robbing players of next-gen. You hear this shit? These motherfuckers went out. This is 2020. May 2020. I remember this shit. I remember when Ryan McCaffrey and all these motherfuckers went after Microsoft. Where are these articles now? Where are the articles? Smitty Smith, what's going on? Metal Face Doom, what's good, G? Where the fuck are these articles now? Xcoin, what's going on, G? These motherfuckers. Where the fuck are they now? Bro, look at this shit. This shit's wild. Let me move this 1 second. This shit is fucking wild. I remember the shit. My homie Dirt remembers this shit as well. Where are the articles? Where is the IGNs? Where's the GameSpots? Where are the articles? Tell me now, where the fuck are they? Killed Microsoft. They killed Microsoft for that shit. But as soon as Sony said it, a case by case. Sony's coming out saying a case by case. These motherfuckers are willing to go all the way 2023, 2024. Talking about a case by case when it comes to cross-gen games. Apollo Cooper, where the fuck is that showcase? I actually thought there's going to be a showcase at the end of this month. Well, September. Jack shit's happened. I think the only showcase they're going to have, some sort of event, it's going to be about the VR. I honestly believe that shit. They're going to mix that with probably the showcase. Who knows? Who knows? They might do a big show with the VR and add like 2-3 games, I say, to it. I call that's the showcase. Sony has a 20-minute showcase. Sony, them Stadia players not even a showcase, bro. Let's be real now. That's a fucking mini episode. I don't even want to call Sony. When Sony does a show, I don't even want to call it a showcase anymore. Let's keep it real, guys. When we do a show, when E3 comes, I consider a showcase to be at least 1 hour minimum. Honestly, that's what I believe. When it comes to a big showcase, a big event, I consider 1 hour minimum. That's what's considered a showcase to me. Now, when you're doing a showcase for 25 to 30 minutes, listen, that's a fucking state of play shit. Let's keep it real. State of play director's cut. When you do a show for 40 minutes, that's a fucking director's cut of state of play. Let's keep it fucking real. Let's keep it real now. Let's not bullshit on this. Let's not call it a showcase anymore. I remember when my brothers were talking about that's the E3 show. No, do not call it the E3 shows. Now I'm saying do not even call it a showcase anymore. Let's call it a fucking show. Call it a state of play director's cut. That's the best way to fucking do it now. That's the best way. Pieces of shit. Let me pull back on. I think I got something. 1 second, guys. Nah, that's all I got. But listen. Rats. That's all I gotta say. Rats. Soft motherfuckers. They can't take this shit anymore. They're not ready for this generation. They believe, they're hoping that this Activision deal dies. Praying that Jim Ryan can save them. Nah, Jim Ryan's gonna save your punk asses. Jim Ryan's all about that money, filling his pockets. Herman's the same. Totally about his cross-gen games. Games going to the PC. It's a time exclusive box now. What's gonna happen in a few years' time? Games will drop day and day. It's a matter of it's timing. That's all it is. It's all about timing. That's all it is now, guys. Now, talking about these guys, these soft. Let me just pull something out. I found something. Yeah. Okay, this is what I want to show. This is regarding the FTC. We know Microsoft put out was a website, but let me talk about this. Is Michael Pachter, I believe. He had this to say. He goes, Activision and Microsoft deal. The FTC is where I can't see this shit. It's messed up. Well, the FTC are going to have to be satisfied with Microsoft. Well, that's what he says. Because I don't think the FTC is going to block this. So I think ultimately the deal is going to close. So he's trying to say they might have to put some stipulations there. That's what he believes. They might have to put something there. But end of the day, as long as the deal gets done, that's fucking awesome. I know people were hoping it's gonna get done by the end of this year. It looks like it might get pushed back even further. Who knows if they go to phase 2, phase 3? Who knows? But when it comes to the deal, once it's done, it's gonna be a different ball game then. These dudes are still hoping that shit's gonna fail. Honestly. And Michael Pachter, let's keep it a buck. Michael Pachter has said some wild shit. He had said some wild shit in the past as well. I'm like, yo, Michael, chill the fuck up, bro. Chill out. What's going on, Pantomime? I hope you well play. Now, talking about big bitch. This is for the PC dudes. Your PC dudes. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Xbox zoom in. Look at the size of that bitch. That bitch is bigger than the Series S. Unfucking believable. Look at that shit. The Series S is a hell of a fucking machine. Do you believe that shit now? Do you believe that shit now? When these bitch ass motherfuckers were laughing at the Series S being on the stores. Nobody wants to buy that shit in Best Buy. Nobody wants to buy that shit at a Walmart or GameStop. Do you remember that shit? Look at you bitches now. Look at you bitches now. The Series S shouldn't count. Yo, for lobby with a 279, shout out to you, homie. Have you tried that Overwatch 2 yet? Nah, bro. What do you mean? You can't get into the game. You can't get into that shit. Apollo Cooper, you buying that shit? Look at that big bitch. That's a big bitch just for the card. But shout out to Falabi in that with a 279. That's crazy, man. Look at the size of that shit. Lazy Otaku, yeah. Oh, well, this was last night. I'm from the UK, play. Fatal Shredder, what's going on, play? Chia Walker as well, what's good, G? That's the funny thing, yeah, bro. That is the funny thing when it comes to that shit. But honestly, dude, this dude has been killing it. I don't know why this dude honestly has been on our timeline. Everybody's been screenshotting this shit. This is what we call withdrawal syndromes. You know when the rumor came out about the re-bleach? You know when it came to The Last of Us getting re-bleach. Now they're doing the same shit with Horizon fucking Zero Dawn. The game's not even 5 years old. The game isn't not even 5 years old, guys. Now look at this shit on the screen and tell me is this some of the stupidest shit ever? Game is 5 years old. You read this shit whilst I have some water. Rich, what's going on, killer? Now the rumors is coming out that Horizon Zero Dawn is getting a remake. Once again, this guy's on a blocking spree at the moment. Once again, good. Definitely ask for a native PS5 version of Horizon Zero Dawn. This should have been done day one on the PlayStation 5, though. Look, I've got to say one thing, yeah. I'm going to say this once and once only. Man, not once only, but listen. The game can get a fucking update. The game looks good. Put a 60 FPS. I'm sure it's got a 60 FPS mode. Leave that bitch alone. Halo ain't shit. Even though I like the first game. Halo ain't shit. But these dudes are really out here begging. No wonder Jim Ryan and Herman's out here remaking shit. Re-bleaching that shit so they can sell it for $70. No wonder they're getting away with this shit. Because you got fucking dickheads like this. Dumbasses like this. Clowns. Willing to take it. $70, let's go, baby. Let's go all day, every day. That's the shit I'm talking about. If these dudes continue to do this shit, they're gonna continue to do that shit. Sony will continue to re-bleach the games. This is what I'm talking about. And I can't believe this dude's been on everything. He's been taking the L's. For the past few weeks, he's been taking the biggest L's. Now, guys, I don't know what to say to these ponies, honestly. What is there to say? What is there to say? When they don't care about Call of Duty. Call of Duty's always been shit. But we know the real reason why they refunded Call of Duty. Why they don't care about Call of Duty anymore. We know the real reason. And once again, this dude again here. I don't know why he's always in this tweet. He's always been the number one guy. We heard it from the fucking unicorn's mouth. Call of Duty is dead to me once Xbox fully owns it. This is the shit I'm talking about. These guys talk about they want to be gamers. We know this is the console war. We love talking that shit. Dudes out here capping. Call of Duty is dead to me because Xbox owns it. These dudes love playing fucking Call of Duty games. But because Xbox will once Xbox owns them, it's dead to him. That's the shit I'm talking about. These dudes can't keep it real. Keeping it real, unicornies. Straight up, they're not real anymore, these dudes. These dudes are next level shit. Ascended to unicornies. From ponies to unicornies. That's the shit I'm talking about. Stupid shit. Guys out here really saying stupid shit like this. And then they're out here blocking people. Louise Frag, what's going on, killer? And what makes this funny though? Yeah, 100%. They're hurting PlayStation's bottom line. Not fucking Xbox. But what makes it funny though, guys? Listen, these guys are hardcore Call of Duty players, but we knew exactly. Ozzy, what's going on, my G? We knew once Xbox announced they're gonna acquire Activision, the Call of Duty developers. We knew what was gonna happen. Same with the ZeniMax deal when it came to Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo. They weren't gonna buy that shit. They wasn't gonna buy that shit. But now the same is happening with Call of Duty. All teaming up on that. Getting refunds. Apparently they're getting refunds. That's what they're saying. They're saying they're getting refunds. And on top of that, saying they're speaking to a rep and they said everybody's refunded in the game. The game is dog shit. That's the type of shit they're saying. Now, let me get a super chat. Rich with the 5. What's going on, player? I hope you well. When the deal is done and Xbox owns Activision Blizzard, we will all laugh at them ponies and Jim. They can cry on their remakes, re-bleach, talk that shit, player. Snooky Jackson, what's going on, J-Man? Ozzy saying there's no PlayStation 6. Now, guys, listen. Honestly, what's going to happen when it's done? When you got Phil Spencer and Satya Nadella still coming out, even though like these ponies saying, yes, the Activision deal is in trouble. Jim's out there ratting. He's got Phil Harris from Google Stadia ratting, voicing their concern. The deal's going to be dead. Once the deal is done, what's scary about this? Not scary to us, because we fucking Xbox fans, we the real ones. Every one of you guys, over 100 plus people here, we the real ones. Their day one, never flip-flopped. We love this shit. When you got Phil Spencer said there's no time to pause on acquiring more studios. When you got Satya Nadella, if this is about competition, let us compete. Smiling with a cheeky grin. If that's what it's about. If these dudes are scared now, imagine what's gonna happen next year when the deal is done and what's coming next after that. You guys are these guys ready for this shit? They're not ready for this generation. I'm telling you right now, when it comes to the series consoles, this is the Phil Spencer's fucking console. He launched this console. This ain't the Xbox One console. He didn't launch that shit. Donnie was in charge of that. This is the Phil Spencer console. Series X and S on fire. Buying studios, buying publishers. Phil Spencer's doing that shit. Game Pass, Wally for gamers. Phil Spencer doing that shit. Him and his team. Getting the Japanese games back. Making deals. Looking to acquire more publishers or studios in Japan as well. Phil Spencer. The reason why? Because he's a gamer. He understands the business. He understands he's a gamer first. He knows exactly what to do with there. When it comes to like these developers and publishers, he knows about the games. When you got Jim Ryan, doesn't know how to hold a fucking controller. He doesn't know shit. Just a businessman. That's all he is. Not a gamer. Just a pure businessman. Phil Spencer is a gamer and a businessman. And that's the difference. Now, guys, I want to pull something up. Let me see if I can find it. But shout out to you guys. Hit that like button, guys. We got 107 people in here. I want to find something. Let me have something. Let me find something. This is going to be funny. Nah, dude. When it comes to this, people are celebrating. They really want this shit to be done. They want this deal to be gone. You got Sick Humor saying this shit as well. They thought I was crazy when I said this shit wasn't happening. When it comes to the Activision deal, these dudes are still saying that I said this shit was gonna happen. That's what they're saying. Look at this shit. Because Microsoft put this shit out here. Let me put this shit here. So after all that shit from the ratting from Jim Ryan and Phil Harris, Microsoft put out a website talking about this. And I know people love talking about certain things. You guys look at this shit. And Where's my cursor is here? You know where my cursor is? In this one, description here, this picture, greater competition in traditional gaming, where Sony and Nintendo will remain the biggest. When it comes to traditional gaming, and what does it mean by that? What does Xbox mean by that? When it comes to traditional gaming, Sony and Nintendo will remain the biggest. That could mean a couple of things. How they put that was a smart way to do it. The biggest, it could be console sales. Traditional gaming, let's not forget about the cloud gaming as well. But they're so smart they put the shit out as well. Even though they talked about other options for benefit players, benefits creators, and benefits for the gaming industry. Sony and Nintendo will be the biggest. They could probably still have the highest console selling. That's the way to put it. That is the way to put it. There's no capping with that. Nintendo's out here selling great. PlayStation's out here selling great. Nothing to do with that. They are the biggest then. But when it comes to the other shit, what benefits players, as you can see in the first tier, more games on more devices, including Xbox, PlayStation, phones, and online. Choice is how and where people buy games with subscription and one-off purchase options. For the 95% of gamers who play on the phone, alternatives to gaming offerings from the dominant mobile platform. Now, guys, listen. This was smart by Microsoft putting this shit out. So when the FTC, if they are looking into it or some shit, the CMA, you name it, looking at this, yo, this is dope. This look what they're doing. What it benefits the player, benefits the game creators. When it comes to the gaming industry, Sebastian, what's going on, G? When it comes to the gaming industry, when it comes to traditional gaming, Sony and Nintendo remains the biggest. They're not lying about that. When it comes to the console, Blitz, what's going on? Blitz Phantom, what's going on, G? When it comes to that, they're not lying about that. Now, dudes are still here. Trust me. When you got dudes out, you're saying, let me stop sharing my screen. My voice is going a bit. When you got dudes out here hoping that this deal fails, it just makes me laugh. Honestly, that was smart by Microsoft. I think that's a smart way. The smart way to do it. To be honest, that is the smart way to do it. Straight up. Now, guys, listen. I'm out close out now. What time is it now? It's been nearly 1 hour. It's not bad. Shout out to the 115 people here, guys. Honestly, Microsoft rewards shit some PlayStation stars. Toolman, PlayStation stars just launched today. Now, it starts at level 1. Even though if you purchase games like Horizon, GT7, them games don't count anymore. Them games don't count. So as soon as it starts now, whatever games you buy at full price, I believe, that's when it starts. That's when it counts, I believe. Or whatever game you buy from the digital store. That's when it counts. Now, that's what it is with the level with the PlayStation stars. That shit is hilarious, bro. Straight up. And you got dudes out here, man. Why does this look so bad for? You know, when it came to the remake, Horizon Forbidden West. Look at this shit here, guys. Xbox zoom in. Look at this shit. These are the ponies I'm talking about. Look. When it comes to Horizon Forbidden West, my G, I'm all in for it. Why would this be bad, my G? You gotta understand. Jim Ryan and Hermen Hulst is the best ever. They're giving us quality games, haptic feedbacks, my G. Look. Look at this shit! There's still Cuppa. This is another Cuppa. He's all for it. Fair plays. This dude, whoever the guy's, sick humor. Fair plays. Fair plays and that. He's trying to keep it real when it comes to remake, remaster. He hopes to God that's a fucking lie. But dudes out here talking that shit. I'm all for it, my G. Look. Why would this be bad? This is great for the gaming industry, my G. That's the shit I'm talking about. Crazy, man. 1 second, guys. 1 second. There we go. Have you ever seen a fan base? Seen a fan base on this level, willing to take anything, saying everything that Sony does is great. Why would this be bad, my G? Really? A game that's only 5 years old? Motherfucker, just give the upgrade fee, that's it. If this is a no, Shizno, this is gonna be a fucking remake. They're gonna say this is built from the ground up like the Last of Us remake. They're gonna use the same shit from Horizon Forbidden. Well, to be honest, that's a cross-gen game anyway. They're gonna use the same shit and port it over and say, look at this shit, my G. This is the shit. This is worth $70. That's the shit I'm talking about, guys. Honestly, have you ever seen some shit like that in your life? I'm talking about cappers, dude. These dudes are out here saying that shit. I'm not making shit up. They dudes out here really crying. And when it comes to their own game, their own platform, they love it. They love it. And I was talking about this dude just earlier. There we are. There we go. Can you see that shit, guys? Let me have some. Let me have some pony tears. I'm gonna have some pony tears. Sorry to tell y'all, but this Activision Blizzard deal ain't gonna make it. Call me a pony, say that I'm hating, but your disappointment is going to be because you were too invested into this in the first place. Who the fuck does this guy think he is? Has he got like a cousin or someone in the FTC or the CMA? Does his uncle work for the FTC or the CMA? Dude out here really saying that shit. When I said never say never, these dudes are 100% confident, sticking their chest out. This shit's not gonna happen. Call me a fucking pony. No, we're gonna call you fucking rats. That's your. No, sorry. We're calling you unicornies. You motherfuckers have ascended. Unicornies, and your master is a fucking rat. Master Splinter Ryan. Jim the Master Splinter Ryan. That's who he is. Dudes out here really believing that shit. Call me a pony. Say that I'm hating, but your disappointment is going to be because you were too invested into this bullshit. This is the shit I'm talking about, and you wonder why we go after these motherfuckers. You wonder why we take the piss out of these dudes. Really? Will you just shut your bitch ass up when it comes to the Activision deal? This is Microsoft. They know exactly what they're doing. Any negative news that comes about with the Activision deal, they love it. You'll see, this is the shit. This is the shit I was talking about. I was right. Yo, when this deal gets done, I'm gonna make sure I keep this tweet. I should screenshot this as well. Keep this tweet and say, look now, motherfucker. What did you say? That this deal is not gonna happen? It's not gonna make it? Really? Man. Let me fucking zoom out this bullshit. Boys, the amount of shit I've seen, the amount of shit I'll be hearing is incredible. Straight up. Incredible, that's all it is. These dudes, I can't even write. You know, I couldn't even fucking write this shit down. That's how crazy. This I could write a fucking book on these motherfuckers. But Ready 90's got me as well. What did you say he's got me? What have you sent me, play? Yeah, Bavarian 90, yeah, he sends me a lot of things as well. Shout out to Bavarian 90 for that shit. He sends me a lot of things. Now, this is from Bavarian 90. Shout out to you. Talk about someone being depressed. Look at this shit here, guys. I'm gonna go through it one by one. Angry Therapist with a 5. Shout out to you, my brother. In all my years being a gamer, I've never seen a CEO begging for a sale to not be made. Facts, player. Facts. Stone King X, what's going on, my G? Now look at this shit here. Look at this shit here, guys. Yoshida from the cafeteria, the janitor. He's got multiple jobs. The guy who got demoted. PlayStation to broaden lineup but won't abandon roots, studio chief says. Now, some of the dudes are getting really upset with this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this shit here. This guy named Junior J.R. Wing, whatever the fuck your name is. Incredibly depressed with PlayStation direction. You don't listen to your customers. You're lost touch. First of all, bro, JR Wing, E-Wing, you got to be a level 4 customer. So PlayStation Store has launched. Make sure you're a level 4 customer and they listen to you. That's when you get prioritized in that. Incredibly disappointing. It's sent to me into. No, sorry guys. Let me read that again. Incredibly, I can't say that word properly, man. Disappointing. It sent me into depression listening to this interview. A terrible future for the PlayStation. This guy's going into depression because of this console war shit. Because of this interview. Because of this. Because they're launching games on the PC. Because they're doing the live services games day and day. Because PlayStation 5 games are timed exclusive. This guy's gone into depression. It sent him into depression, guys. When he watched this interview, when he listened to this interview. A terrible future for the PlayStation. You hear this shit? Look at this shit, man. This guy he's gone into depression. Because of this interview. Because of the live service games are, coming day and day. Because PlayStation first party games are basically time exclusives now. A case by case when it comes to cross-gen games. This dude's gone into depression. What's gonna happen when the Activision deal gets done? This shit's wild. Really? He's disappointed? Dudes. Guys, when I say I can't make this shit up. I can't make this shit up. Real shit. How can I make this shit up? This shit just writes itself. It just writes itself. That's all it does. The guy's depressed. That's the shit I'm talking about, guys. Honestly. Now, oh shit, there's been an update with the PlayStation Stars. Shout out to Cooper for this, Apollo Cooper. Look at this shit here, guys. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. I'm gonna get these pony tears again. Shout out to the pony tears. I'm gonna drink this whilst you guys look at this shit. PlayStation Rewards is definitely off to a bad start. 50 points for buying $70 games. Redeeming a free game costs up to 17,500 points. The ratio is absurd. Look at this shit! You smelly fucking rat bags. It is reported. I'm gonna look here. I'm gonna highlight this. Shout out to the Series XS guy. It is reported you have to buy 350 full price games for you to earn one game via PlayStation Stars rewards. Yo! Look at that shit. Look at that shit I'm highlighting. Are they for real? It is reported you have to buy 350 full price games for you to earn one game. Are you sure about that, play? Let me look into this shit. Does this rate show up prior to your purchase or only after you buy them? I'm trying to find. This definitely helps. The rate isn't nearly as bad as I thought. I like to communicate. Oh shit. What the fuck is going on with these guys? What is going on? Look, PlayStation, yo. Angry Titan Pursuit 5. I'll say this again. These are broke moves. Sony PlayStation is broke. 100%. Now, guys, listen to me. Ponies, listen to me very carefully. I'll give you some advice. Before you hit them motherfucking street corners, make sure you bleach your motherfucking ass. Then twerk your ass. Then put your stinky bleach fingers out and sell your bitch ass for those $70 games, you soft motherfuckers. That's my advice to you punk ass bitches. And don't worry about it. I won't be cruising around town, so you can continue to work them street corners and put some OT there, some overtime there. Yo, Doom Reaper, if that's legit, what kind of bullshit's that? Work them street corners, you unicornies. For one game? For one game? $70 games? 350 games? For one fucking game? Yo, rats. PlayStation is full of rats, snitches, broke bitches. You hear that shit? Yo, this shit's crazy. Desperate. Greedy. $70 for 50 points. Smitty Smith, talk that shit. Paulo Cooper, talk that shit. Yo, the tears are back. The tears are back again. Toolman, look at that shit. What the fuck is going on? Yo, please tell me someone's capping for this. We need a screenshot. Call me with the $5. They shouldn't have even bothered to bring this trash reward program out. Maxa gives you 20 points for every £1, $1 that's spent. Facts, bro. Yo, this is the shit I'm talking about. These dudes are wildin'. I can't believe this shit. Man, this shit's crazy. Let me go on this message. What's going on? That's the shit we're talking about. Look at that shit. Yo. Yo, who's capping for this shit? Yo, someone found a tweet. Someone's capping for this shit. If this is... Yo, if they don't change this shit, they're gonna change it. They have to change this. Yo, what's the point of this? For one free game. Yo, this shit's crazy. Yo, this shit's wild. Yo, where do we start? Crispy Rambo, what's going on, man? They get only one free game. And they gotta spend how many? Yo, this shit's wild. Honestly, dude. I've seen some shit. But this is some next level shit. Straight up. I've seen some shit, but this is some next level shit. Honestly. That is crazy, that. Yo, they gotta make that money. Like I said, that Bungie fucking deal, it hurt them. Bungie hurt them at $3.6 billion and invested into studios. Yo, that hurt them. They gotta make that money back. They actually have to make that money back. That shit's crazy. That shit is crazy, man. Yo, that's fucking wild. That shit's wild. And it makes sense. You know why it makes sense? Because Jim Ryan is a fucking rat. That's why it makes sense. He's the ultimate rat. Master Splinter. Jim the Master Splinter Ryan. That's the shit I'm talking about. All of this shit is making sense right now. We figured this shit out. We figured this shit out. Call me with a 2. You get one game a generation. Talk that shit, call me. Talk that shit. One game per generation. By the homie Carl Weeby said. That's how much shit you gotta spend? Yo, this is fucking wild. Yo, Jim the Rat. Yo, where do we go from this? I want more information about this. I really want more information about this. Because I want to see this shit. I really want to see this shit. How the fuck is it going to play out? Yo, man. That shit's wild. Is that legit? What, man? Let me just see. Yo, who's capping for this shit? Primus Gaming. I'll pull it back up for you, player. Primus Gaming, PlayStation Stars. They talked about the benefits. You know, the perks you can get. Take a look at the screen, Primus. Primus, look at this shit. Look at this shit. Primus, the PlayStation rewards. When you spend $70, you get 50 points. Redeeming a free game costs up to 17,500 points. Now, what it means by that, I'll highlight this Primus Gaming. Look at this shit. We'll call him the Rat King, not Splinter. Alright, Raiden Blade. We'll call him the Rat King. It is reported that you have to buy 350 full price games for you to earn one game via the PlayStation Stars rewards. Guys, break this down to me. Break it down in the chat. You have to buy 350. What? What? What the fuck is going on? Yo, this shit's wild. This shit is wild. You're right, one game per generation. Come on, they're gonna change that shit. They're gonna change that shit. Yo, if PlayStation sticks to this, yo, I wonder which pony's gonna cut for this shit. Yeah, I buy my games. I buy 400 games. You get one free game? Fuck out of here. This shit's wild. I can't believe this shit. These are full price games, not fucking cheap games. Full price games. And this is the best they can do? Yo. What the fuck is going on with these ponies? PlayStation is fucking... It's doomsday. Straight up. It's over. Who's in charge of PlayStation right now? Wow. This shit's crazy, man. Wow. Fucking hell. Look at this shit. That shit's crazy, man. I've seen some shit in my life, guys. But that is some crazy shit. That's some crazy shit. Let's be honest in that. Now we know why this is going to happen. This is a message. And people are going to ring customer support. You know, they're going to ring up Jim Ryan. And Jim Ryan's going to say this to them straight up.
You know, a lot of people ask why. Why treat the customer this way? Why? Because fuck them, that's why.
PlayStation.
You know, a lot of people ask
Talk that
why.
shit.
Why treat the customer this way? Why?
Talk that shit,
Because fuck them.
Your baby father talking that shit. That's the shit I'm talking about, guys. Listen, shout out to the 116 people, 117 people here right now for a TTMS special, special number 2. I'm lost for words. I'm lost for words. When it comes to that, I can't wait to see who's gonna cap for this shit. Honestly, if these ponies don't say shit, if these ponies don't say nothing about PlayStation rewards, the benefits, the points, listen to me. PlayStation is gonna run over these dudes. If they don't say shit right now, they're gonna stick by it. 100% they're gonna stick by that shit. If they start capping for it, this is great. This is perfect and that. I buy my games. 350 games for one free game? Get your bitch ass out of here. Get your punk ass out of here, punk bitch. That's the shit, man. Yo, I'm gonna close out in 10 minutes, guys. But look at this shit. Yo, let me go on Twitter. Let me see what the fuck is going on Twitter. If they're capping for this shit. Honestly. Let me know, man, if there's tweets out there. Let me see my homies out here. Oh, shit. I'm gonna close out with this. Let me close out with this. The homie posted talking that shit, so I'm gonna talk that shit with him. Let me get the pony tears out for this again, guys. The pony tears. A free game here. It's not even a trip. Yo, that shit's wild. Nah, pony tears. That's it. That's finished now. The pony tears are finished. I need to get some more. When folks defend a shitty corporation move by saying this is the way the industry is headed, I walk off. Let's see what does this mean. Sony doesn't have to be bigger than the industry. They just have to be bigger than their competition. PSN by itself makes more money in 2018 than the entire Xbox division and the entire Nintendo corporation. Following Microsoft's lead is actually the dumbest thing Sony could do. Oh! Oh shit! Oh shit! The receipts are out there. Talk that shit, post. Look at the shit talking they were doing in 2019. Console war is at its end. Next gen only. The most modern points would be argued Sony beats Microsoft so bad, forcing them towards being third party, and Nintendo is on their own hybrid wave. PlayStation is the only brand that has Sony dedicated console with exclusive. Sony ended the console war. Oh shit! Oh shit! Let me get some water. Oh shit! Post is talking that shit. PlayStation boss Jim Ryan reportedly flew to Brussels last month to voice Sony's concern to the EU regulators over the Activision deal. Look at that shit. Talk that shit, player. Dudes out here sticking the chest out. Sony is the way to do it. Next gen only, baby. Microsoft will be forced into becoming a third party developer. This is the shit I'm talking about. Look at this shit. Sony doesn't have to be bigger than the industry. They just want to be bigger than the competition. PSN by itself makes more money in 2018 than the entire Xbox division. Where's that shit talking on now, player? Where's that shit talking on now? Your legs are weak. Weak. That's what they are, player. That's the shit I'm talking about. I love this shit. I love this shit. Yo. I fucking love this shit, dude. What's next? What is next, guys? Honestly. This shit's fucking awesome. Absolutely awesome. Yeah, Bavarian 90, man. Thanks, player. I don't know what's going on with these guys. I want to see someone cap for that PlayStation stars. They were capping for that shit. Do you remember that shit? They absolutely were capping for that shit. Yeah, Saltiest Gaming. Yeah, I see that shit. Star Ocean. Yo, this shit, they're on Suicide Watch. That's all I gotta say. PlayStation stars, that's the best they can do. The amount of shit you gotta spend. Yo, that shit's wild, man. I love this shit. Honestly, guys, keep talking that shit. Everybody on Twitter, keep talking that shit. Man, this is the shit. You know, the interview yesterday, today, talking about time exclusive, games going to day and date PC, PlayStation stars, Jim Ryan ratting people out. Got Google Stadia ratting as well. Phil Harris. This shit's fucking wild, bro. I've never ever seen these bitches cry that much, man. I fucking love it. Absolutely love this shit. Guys, honestly, I fucking love it. I love the tears. I love when these guys are crying like bitches. Crying like bitches. I love this shit. What is next, man? Honestly, guys. Shout out to the 113 people. Honestly. But before I go, Once again, the ultimate. Jim the Rat Ryan. Look at this shit. We knew it. We knew it. Who would have known this guy was the ultimate rat? Ultimate snitch. Somehow got Google Stadia Phil Harris to talk that shit. Somehow did that shit. PlayStation stars, yo, if you don't defend this shit, you ponies, if you don't defend this shit, trust me, PlayStation's gonna walk all over you. PlayStation's your pimp, your godfather. That's what it is. That's what PlayStation is to you ponies. Look at yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, what is PlayStation doing to you? What you got someone going into depression. You have someone going into depression over this shit. The way the PlayStation's lining up, yo, this shit. I can't make this shit up. Honestly, you got dudes going into depression as well, saying they're going into depression. The way PlayStation is moving. That shit's wild, man. Why is this shit not moving? But shout out to every one of you guys, man. Honestly, what a great show. Why is this shit not moving for? 1 second. There we go, guys. Honestly, we've seen some shit in our life. I think the generation is just gonna get worse and worse. Your Primus Gaming, I didn't see JTech's video. What was it about? Overtime. This shit's just gonna get funnier and funnier over time. And I love this shit. But guys, honestly, shout out to you, man. I'm gonna close it out now. But these fucking PlayStation dudes are, every week they're getting annihilated. And I fucking love it. TTS on Friday, man. Your Pentamum TTS on Friday. TTS will be 1 p.m. Eastern and 6 p.m. UK time this Friday. We're definitely going to be talking that shit. Honestly, what a great show, guys. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to the 116 people. PlayStation stars. Do you believe that shit? PlayStation stars. Yo. PYD, your POS. That shit's crazy, man. I've never seen some shit like that in my life. G-Man 316, take it easy, player. But guys, be safe. Be safe. Keep talking that shit. I'll see you this Friday. I'm out, boys.